Welcome to English is Easy, the podcast where we help you learn practical English for everyday life. I'm your host, Max, and in today's episode, we're going to focus on how to order food at a restaurant in English. Whether you're traveling or dining at a local restaurant, this episode will help you feel more confident in making your order and understanding the waiter or waitress. Joining me today is our special guest, Sarah, who will help demonstrate how to order food in a variety of ways. We'll go over some basic vocabulary, useful phrases, and some fun role-play practice. So, let's dive in. Hello, Sarah. Welcome to the podcast. Are you ready to practice ordering food today?
Yes, absolutely. I love food, so this will be fun.
So, when you walk into a restaurant, what's the first thing you usually say to the waiter?
I'd usually greet them and say, "Hello, a table for one, please." If I'm with someone, I would say, "A table for two, please."
That's a good start. Now, after the waiter seats you, what's the next step?
The waiter usually asks, "Would you like to start with something to drink?" I would respond by saying, "Yes, please. I'll have a water."
And what about if you want a coffee or something a little stronger?
If I want coffee, I'd say, "I'll have a cup of coffee, please." If I want something stronger, I'd say, "I'd like a glass of wine, please."
Nice. Now, let's say you're ready to look at the menu. How do you ask the waiter for it?
I'd say, "Can I see the menu, please?" It's always polite to add please when asking for something.
Exactly. So, now that we have the menu, how do you decide what to order?
I usually look for something that catches my eye. If I'm not sure, I might ask the waiter for recommendations, like, "What do you recommend?"
That's a great way to get some help. Now, what if you're allergic to something? How do you let the waiter know?
You can say something like, "I'm allergic to nuts, is there anything in the dish with nuts?" It's always good to be clear about allergies.
Absolutely. Let's say you're ready to order. How would you say it?
I'd say, "I'm ready to order, thank you. I'll have the chicken salad, please."
What if you want to change something in your order, like no onions?
You can say, "I'd like the burger without onions, please."
That's good. Now, how do you ask about the portion sizes? Like, is the dish big or small?
You can ask, "Is the portion large?" Or "How big is the portion?" It's a polite way to check before ordering.
And let's say the waiter gives you the wrong order. How do you politely tell them?
You can say, "I'm sorry, I actually ordered the chicken, not the beef." It's important to be polite but clear.
And if you don't like the food or it's not what you expected, what would you say?
You could say, "This isn't quite what I expected. Could I change it for something else?" Always be respectful.
If you want to ask for something extra like ketchup, what do you say?
You can say, "Could I please have some ketchup?" Or, "Can I get extra sauce with that?"
What if you need to ask for the bill at the end of the meal?
You can say, "Could I please have the check?" Or, "Can I get the bill, please?"
Now, let's say you're on a date and you want to make a good impression. How would you act differently?
I'd try to be polite and make sure to thank the waiter, maybe even say, "Everything looks wonderful, thank you."
What if you want to compliment the chef for the meal?
You could say, "The food was amazing. Please thank the chef." It's a nice way to show appreciation.
If you're unsure about a dish, how do you ask for more details?
You can say, "Can you tell me more about this dish?" Or, "What's in this dish?"
What if you want to know if the dish is spicy?
You could ask, "Is this dish spicy?" Or, "How spicy is it?"
Let's say you're with a friend and you're deciding what to order. How do you ask for their opinion?
I'd say, "What do you think I should order?" Or, "Do you recommend the pasta or the steak?"
If you're on a tight budget, how do you politely ask for cheaper options?
You could ask, "Are there any special deals or cheaper options today?"
What about if you're celebrating a special occasion, like a birthday?
You could mention, "It's my birthday today, and we're celebrating. It helps create a happy atmosphere.
If you're feeling adventurous and want to try something new, how do you ask?
I might say, I'd like to try something new today. What would you recommend?
And if you want your meal to be served quickly because you're in a hurry,
You could politely say, I'm in a bit of a hurry, could you please serve the food as soon as possible?
what about asking if the restaurant offers vegetarian or vegan options?
You could ask, do you have any vegetarian or vegan options on the menu?
Now, if you need to cancel your order or change it, how do you say it?
You could say, I'm sorry, I need to cancel my order. Can I choose something else instead?
What's a polite way to say, thank you, after the waiter brings your food?
You can say, thank you so much. It looks delicious.
And finally, when you leave, how do you thank the restaurant staff?
I'd say, thank you for everything. I'll be back soon. It's always nice to leave a positive impression.
That's all for today's episode of English is Easy. We hope this episode helped you feel more confident about ordering food at a restaurant in English. Remember, it's all about being polite and clear. Practice these phrases, and soon enough, you'll be ordering like a pro. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.